Good morning, everyone. This is Margaret Manning, and welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. Today is Thursday. It's November the 3rd. So I hope you're having a great morning so far. I'm drinking my cup of tea. I've got Earl Grey this morning, great cup of tea. And I'm drinking it because today is a special day. This is a very special day around the world. It is World Kindness Day. And that is so special to me because when I think about the things that hold us together as a community, we're in 150 countries. We've got many, many thousands of women who are part of this community. I think about the values that hold us together, and kindness is, to me, the foundation. It is a belief in basic human goodness, that we are strengthened and we are energized by goodness and kindness in the world, and that we can do something about it. As individuals, we can make a difference. This is really important to me personally, so I want to celebrate World Kindness Day with all of you, and hope that you can carry that thought through the day. Now, as we go through the news today, I have got at the end of the show a special discussion about this topic, and also something that I think you're going to find very, very interesting to do on November the 9th. So I'll let you know more about that as we go on. But I want to give you the quick headlines around the world. And again, I'm going to do kind of the headlines. I'm going to just give you a chance to research what you want to learn about in more detail. Just give you an overview, though, of what's going on in this crazy world of ours. Well, of course, worldwide, markets are jittery everywhere in the world because of the anxiety about the United States election. This is probably going to happen right up until the day of the election. But President Obama spoke last night and said, in fairly dramatic terms, the fate of the world really is in the hands right now of the U.S. Voters. So again, get out there and vote. If you've voted already early, that's great. But don't be invisible. And, of course, it's creating a huge anxiety across the country and around the world, I would say. So let's just try to be calm and get through the next 7 days. Just a quick update on Italy. They've had another earthquake this morning, 5.5. Fortunately, most of the people in that area now are in shelters, so hopefully they're going to be okay, but that area is so volatile. In South Africa, opposition groups are calling for President Zuma's resignation over huge corruption charges that have emerged. In Vietnam, 13 people were killed in Hanoi in a karaoke bar fire, and of course, fire protocols and safety are being investigated. In South Korea, the president is under huge pressure as well amidst a growing scandal in his own government party. So that's another area of upheaval. In Pakistan, the opposition was going to ask for a shutdown of the capital city, Islamabad, today, but they decided to vote against that because they are also facing corruption charges corruption suspicions with their leader, Imran Khan. So Pakistan is still a country in a lot of turmoil. In France, the last 1,500 minors, under 18-year-olds, have been taken away from the migrant camp, the jungle, and sent to different parts of France for relocation and processing. Still not a finished story. There's still a lot of activity in Paris as well, so that's another thing to watch out for. In Russia has agreed to a 10-hour humanitarian gap in the city of Aleppo in Syria, and of course the rebels there are saying they're not going to take advantage of escaping the city. They're going to stay put and fight till the end. Ivory Coast, important election for a new constitution, hopefully to stabilize the country, has been backed by the voters. It was a yes. Now, in Iraq, special forces are continuing their push to Mosul. They're pausing from the east, waiting for troops to come in from the south to join them. They've got very close to the center of the city. The leader of the Islamic State, Baghdadi, has released an audio tape. Very unusual. It hasn't happened in years. But he is encouraging his fighters to stay put, to not retreat, that the honor for them is to stay and fight. So it's going to be quite a battle. In business, I want to give you an update on something I read yesterday, which is actually kind of scary, is that things are going up in price because of all kinds of reasons. But I'm sure you felt some of this as you've gone shopping, but these are the things that are going to go up in price apparently in the next year. So they are oranges, bad crops in Brazil and other parts of the world, oranges are going to go up and they're going to become short supply. So drink your orange juice now while you can. Chocolate. Ivory Coast is having a drought, and that is where a lot of the cocoa in the world comes from. So that's another thing. Chocolate will go up. So stock up. Stock up, for goodness sakes, on chocolate. Honey. Bees are under huge pressure. We've talked about this before. They're dying everywhere in the world, and they are producing less honey. So that's something that will also go up in price. Stock up on good honey. And also almonds and avocados are being affected by the drought in California. So that's another area of the world suffering from Mother Nature and affected by by drought. So almonds and avocados. And finally, some good news from the sports world for those of you who live in Chicago. The World Series finished last night. I didn't actually watch the game, but apparently it was quite exciting. And for the first time since 1908, the Chicago Cubs beat the Cleveland Indians, and they're the winners of the World Series this year. So lots of activity on Twitter and Facebook about that. So hopefully the right team for you won. But it's a national sport in the United States, so that's good news from there. Now, I want to talk for some stuff here about you and about things that you can do every day in your life and be inspired by what others around the world are doing. As I mentioned, today is World Kindness Day. And I found some really interesting articles here from the Middle East and other parts of the world. For one thing, Iran has been setting up what they're calling kindness walls. And these kindness walls are kind of pay-as-you-feel walls. It started with just some wooden planks with hooks on them and a sign saying, leave what you can. And people filled up the hooks and put clothes on there and left bags of food and just whatever they could share. And this is in Iran, so these kindness walls were being transformed. Really, really cool story, to feed the cold and the hungry people that, were needing help. But these kindness walls are spreading now all over the Middle East and in other parts of the world. And perhaps in your village or town, you've experienced this. I've seen even in our town here, little book boxes saying, help yourself. So there's a few other places that I wanted to mention. In Tehran, they put a box called bread that said bread is free for those who can't pay, and they also put a fridge inside a store and filled it with food for people to come and help themselves to. So if they were hungry, they could go into the store and get some food out of the fridge. That's in Tehran. In Pakistan and Kurdistan, the idea is spreading there too, and they've got these kindness walls popping up everywhere in Pakistan and Kurdistan. In Spain, in Europe, the Basque town of Galdacco in Spain, only 30,000 people, but they put together an outdoor fridge. And they put it on the street, and they put, a sign saying "Leave what you can." And people are putting their leftovers, and not even that, they're cooking food and putting it into the fridge for people. And that's a really, really, I think, a demonstration of kindness. It doesn't take a lot of effort, but it's just something that people decided to do. In Turkey, there's a humanitarian group called Humanitarian Relief Foundation, and they've actually built a kindness wall, just like the ones in in Iran, and it's in Turkey, in Istanbul. So that's kind of cool. And that's actually drawing huge crowds, apparently. It's becoming the place to hang out and visit. It's a real social site. And then finally, in the UK, they've actually opened a food waste supermarket, and this is in Pudsey, which is near Leeds. And food waste campaigners, and they're all over the world now, and people saying don't throw food away, give it to people that need it. They're actually putting food in this warehouse where the food is being distributed, and it has a sign just say pay as you feel. And people are giving what they can, but they're taking advantage of having a fridge full of, or a supermarket full of food that's just gone by its sell-by date or has been discarded for one reason or another. So I think that's really, really cool, and that's helping desperate families to get food, especially as the winter months approach. So those are great ideas. And if you've got any stories like this, just please send them to me. I always love to feature them, giving people a way to express their kindness, and especially on World Kindness Day. I think it's a really great initiative. So now I want to share something with you that I hesitated whether to share it. And I decided at the last minute, really, to go ahead and do it because I don't want you to think about this in the wrong way. I don't want you to think that I'm over promoting something that is personal to me, or that I'm being like, Pollyanna here about a situation that is really serious. And basically, here's the deal. In 7 days, it's going to be November the 9th. So that'll be the day after the election. And in the United States, there is going to be a lot of emotion. And regardless of who wins, and right now it looks like it could be either person, which is something to think about. Whoever wins, we're going to be left on November the 9th. Around the world, it's not just United States. We're all affected by this election. We're going to be left with our emotions and our feelings. And some of us will be elated, and others will be sad and angry. And this whole campaign, we've not talked about it much on 60andMe. We've tried to keep a neutral ground, and we still are. But we know that there are women in our community who are hugely anxious right now about this election. And I want to give you something to consider for November the 9th, something that you can do. Now, you're going to wake up, and there's going to be a news broadcast. We're going to talk about it. Who's won? Is it going to be Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton? And you may just be feeling completely overwhelmed. Now, here's a way to show your kindness and to try to put out into the world a way that everybody moves forward. Everyone's in it together, regardless of who wins. So a friend of mine, her name is Susan Piver. She's a meditation teacher, and she's a Buddhist meditation teacher. She lives in the United States, and I interviewed her for 60andMe on the benefits of meditation. And she's a really lovely lady, very sweet, and very kind and generous about how she shares her meditation practice. And she's very conscious about the election, of course. So what she's doing on November the 9th is offering an opportunity for people to join an online meditation session. It's going to be online, so you just have to sign up and just be told of the time. It's going to be 12 noon Eastern time. So that's about 10 o'clock, maybe 11 on other time zones, but in the morning of November the 9th. And it's free. It's just a way to just join on anonymously. Nobody's going to see you or, anything. It's just you just join in. And together, hopefully thousands of people will put their mind to meditation and just thinking about where we go as a country, as a world, following the results of the election. Now, I'm going to leave the link so you can join up and join Susan and thousands of people. I'm going to join. I'm going to join because I think personally meditation is a way to focus our attention on a bigger picture, not on just the specifics of a situation. And so I hope that you'll join. And as I said, I'm honestly not trying to be lighthearted and frivolous about something that is super important and maybe serious to all of you. But I'm just giving you an option. On November the 9th, here's a chance to join a group of people from around the world to put our hearts together with a lens of kindness and compassion and positivity, because there's no other way to go, in my opinion. So that's on November the 9th. And I'll remind you again about it later as we go through the week. But I just wanted to put that in your diary and sign up if you want to attend. Now, that's one thing. Oh, yes, I must remind you, today is the 3rd. We're doing a Facebook Live session. I'm doing a Facebook Live session. This is where I go on Facebook Live and we talk about something of interest to our demographic, to our women. And it goes on usually for about maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. And all you do is when you get to Facebook, just come online, or come onto Facebook, you'll see my little face and I'll be talking, and just jump on and leave a question, get involved. And what will happen is basically all the comments that come from that event will show like a post. So you'll be able to go back later and look at what people said and make comments yourself. And today we're going to be talking about how to make money in retirement. That's the theme for today's Facebook Live. So if you join us, it's actually quite good fun, and we get so many people that come online and talk, and you can meet all kinds of new friends and just enjoy the show. So that's this afternoon, about 12 hours from now. It's at 7 o'clock my time, which is going to be about, I think that's about, well, 7 hours from now. I think it's about noon in Eastern time. So, but anyway, we'll put all the information in the article so you can join us. It's on Facebook. Okay, so that's it for the day. Busy day. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I want to tell you, by the way, who's our winner of the kitty scarf. It's a lady called Sharon Prather Farber. Sharon Farber. Sharon's going to receive this sweet little kitty scarf, and I wish I'd had 1,000 of them because lots of people were cat lovers. But Sharon is the winner, and I'll get in touch with her to send her email or her mailing address and post it to her. So that's it for the day. I hope it's been a great show and given you some good ideas for how to spend Kindness Day. And I want to thank you all again for being here. Remind you to go up to 60andme.com/mornings if you want to get the news first. And again, just from my heart, thank you for being here and giving us such great support. And the question for today is, what act of kindness do you think that individuals can do to make the world a better place? You know, what can we do as individuals to show kindness to make the world a better place? Love your comments. Let's have a great conversation on this topic today. And have a fabulous day, everyone. And I'll see you all back here tomorrow on Mornings with 60 and Me. Bye for now.